Hey there, booze fans. I am back. Long time no see. During the pandemic, home a lot, made a lot of videos, reviewed a lot of single barrels. Pandemic over, no videos. But today, something has arrived that is a career highlight, and it must be discussed. The double unicorn. What the hell is a double unicorn? I'll tell you what a double unicorn is. This is what happened. The owner of Great Wagon Road Distillery from Noda, North Carolina, came into the store years ago to train my staff. And I said, Ollie, have you ever thought about putting your single malt into a used bourbon barrel the way they do in Scotland? And he said, no, why? I said, because I have a dynamite barrel from Wild Turkey that I had called for medicinal purposes only. One of my all-time favorite barrel picks. I have a bottle left that you can purchase, and then you can take the barrel and please put Rua in it. And he said, sure, why not? So we loaded it into his car. He went back to the distillery. He put it in there. And it's been sitting in there for years. He even moved locations, now located in Noda. I highly recommend visiting. Go there, have a cocktail, order the Reuben pizza. You'll have a great time. You can take the train in, the light rail. Easy peasy. His shop, his distillery is right by the light rail exit. That's what we do. So, we were in Noda. And I went in because I hadn't been into the new location yet. And I said, Ollie, it was just sitting there at the bar. I said, Ollie, may I please try my barrel? So we went back there. It was on the third rack. He got the ladder out. He got the tool to yank the bung out. He yanked the bung out. Got the thief in there. Pulled us some samples. Wages was there with me. We tried it, and I thought, man, this is good. Good. Not great, but good. Like if you handed it to me, I would be like, this is good. I want to buy this. But not great. Not, oh my God, I've got to have this. Where is it? Where did you get it? So I said, can we just keep it and see what happens? Flash forward. Now I'm in New York. At Hill Rock, picking out some barrels there. And I just tasted a bourbon aged in Pinot Noir. And I'm thinking to myself, this is about as good as I've had. And I've had a lot. So I pull out my phone and I text Dane Stark from Page Mill Winery. It's good to have friends. I said, Dane Stark, I just tasted a bourbon that was aged in Oregon Pinot Noir barrels. And I think you should let me put some whiskey into one of your wine barrels. And he said, I'm interested. What were you thinking about? I said, you're Zin. No one does Zin, and there's no good reason why. And I can't think of a Zin that I would rather use than yours. So he says, okay. Everybody's just saying, okay. That's not what my life is like. But right now it is. So he says, okay. So I place my Page Mill order, and he includes the barrel on the truck. I say, Ollie, I would love to move the Wild Turkey, the Rua in the Wild Turkey barrel, into Page Mill's Inn barrel. And he said, do you have such a barrel? And I said, yes, I do. So he comes, he picks it up, they transfer it in to the Zin barrel. Flash forward to the first week of December. It's now been in the barrel for 3 weeks. Wages and I go and we try it. Now it's great. It's great. Chocolatey goodness. And so he says to me, what do you want to do? Now this is the toughest decision I've ever made in my career because I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm a salesperson. I drink things and I talk about them. You tell me what you like, I give you a match. I'm not a producer. I'm not a creator. right? My scientific background in the industry I work in is limited. So I don't know. But I know that right now when I tasted it, the whiskey was much stronger than the wine, and I wanted them to be closer to even. So I said, let's keep it in there. I text Dane, I said, listen, I just tried it. It's great. He said, what are you going to do? Double down? I said, yes. He said, wahoo. So, flash forward to last Sunday. It's now been in the Zen barrel for 77 days. We go, the distiller pulls it out, puts it in our glasses. I take a smell. It smells amazing. I'm so excited and I'm so nervous. I take a sip and it's fantastic. It's got the whiskey taste. You can taste the single malt. You can taste the bourbon and cask influence. And you can taste the wine influence. It is a trifecta. It is magic. It is a double unicorn. He said, you want to keep it in there? I said, nope. Let's bottle it. I don't want the wine to surpass the whiskey. I still want it to be whiskey forward. And right now the wine is holding it like a glove. And I don't want it to be totally covered. It wraps around it. So I say, yeah. So then I get a text and it says, the order's been placed, the order is out. And then I get another text that says, we're working on getting it to you. And then I get another text that says it's on its way. And then one of my guys comes out on the floor and says, it's here. I run back there, I grab it, I put it in the system. I purchased 2 bottles. Every part of my being wants to tear it open and have it right then and there. But oh no, because I wanted to wait, get home, and have them together. Because I'm a nerd. And this is the top of Nerd Mountain. When you got to decide, put it in this barrel, switch it to this barrel, bottle it now, and now it's here. Yeah, you do it upright. So top of Nerd Mountain, here we go. So first, I'm going to start with the wine. Page Mill Winery, small winery out of Livermore, California, makes great wines, small production wines. Dane Stark is the winemaker and personal friend. I can't thank you enough, Dane, for making this happen. It's literally a dream come true. I mean, it's above what I dreamt. I never thought, I started my career as being the guy they paged when someone shit on the floor and they needed someone to mop it up. And now I'm making decisions like this. Surreal. Look at that big color, right? This is one of the reasons why I wanted to use this in particular, because I knew it would have a lot to contribute. And I thought that those dark black fruits would pair really well with Ollie's single malt. And there it is. Raspberry, black currant. That's just great. Excellent. Not one of those super sweet, extracted, jammy Zens that make the fillings of your teeth buzz. No, this is a Zen with restraint. It's got plenty of fruit. Don't worry. It doesn't have a ton of tannins, but it has some, right? It's not over oaked. It's a food-friendly wine that can just be also enjoyed as is now. And in my mind, it was the perfect complement to Ollie's whiskey. Now, the standard Rua single malt that you'll find on the shelf of your smarter Carolina stores is excellent and tasty, and it is aged in new oak. But I suggested just for fun to see if it would work, putting it in a used bourbon barrel, especially since I had this fantastic Russell's barrel that remains near and dear to my heart. And I think that I made the absolute right decision. So this is cask strength, 56%. There's only 170 bottles of this. 6 of them are on their way to Mr. Dane Stark. The rest are at Southern Spirits or my house. So without further ado, now what I'm smelling are those same fruits that I got just now off the Zen, right? Right there in the nose, the wine is jumping out of the glass, right? It's promising you everything. It's saying, come inside, the wine is here. The whiskey is present as well, but the wine is really driving the nose. One more sniff. I could sniff this all day. Just the melding of the malt with the black currant, it's like magic. If somebody walked by and this is what they smelled like, I'd probably follow them. All right, let's take one more. Let's take a sip. Now, what you're getting is that single malt, the heather and honey. Then you're getting some of the spice from the bourbon barrel. And then your third phase is we're going back to the Zen. And now what I'm tasting are those rich, dark fruits. And they're just sitting on my tongue nicely, right? It's expanding. And it's so nice and pleasant. And it's like a glove. The wine is just like a glove. So you do this fun whiskey thing, and then the wine just comes on like a glove. Just the way it tasted when we were at the distillery is how it tastes now. So now I'm going to put a splink of water in. This is Dr. Bill style. Put your fingers in and splink. And if one splink is not enough, you just splink again. So the nose remains pretty similar. Sometimes when you put water in, the nose explodes, right? But in this case, the nose was already so powerful that it's pretty similar. Maybe a touch more raspberry. And let's see what it does to the palate. So what's happened here is that we've turned up the oak, the spice from the oak, and we've also turned up the fruit. So now it is a little jammy, right? So it's actually a little more intense with the water than without. You didn't really get too much of the alcohol heat. For me, I drink a lot of cask strength spirits, right? So in some sense, my thing has been bludgeoned from that, because apparently what happens is if you keep putting strong alcohol into your mouth, eventually your brain gives up on you. It says, I know this bozo doesn't care, so I'm going to stop sending those signals. So I can't always detect when something is pretty hot or not in terms of alcohol. I think this double unicorn would be enjoyed by a beginner, an expert, intermediate, anywhere in between. There are different access points to it. You know, maybe you just love the wine test. This is what Angel's Envy was hoping to do and could not do, right? Because we're talking about one barrel in the vision of 3 people, right? And that's how you get a double unicorn. This is been one of the most special things, if not the most special things that I've got to do in my career. And that's why this video has gone on so long. And I can't thank Dane Stark and Ollie Mulligan enough for helping make this dream into a reality. And now what I get to do is sit here and enjoy it. And that the people that are interested in this sort of thing will be able to come to the store and buy it and enjoy the product of, my vision, which I didn't know that this was how it was going to turn out, right? I just had this idea, and I was fortunate enough to where these two gentlemen helped me make it reality, and now it's real. It's in my glass. It's going to be in my belly. It's delicious. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a lovely evening. Cheers.